The truth about Grant Hill. Grant Henry Hill, born October 5, 1972, is a retired American basketball player and a sports show host on NBA TV's NBA Inside Stuff. Hill played for 4 teams in his professional career in the National Basketball Association, NBA. The Detroit Pistons, Orlando Magic, Phoenix Suns, and Los Angeles Clippers. Hill's parents are retired NFL Pro Bowl running back Calvin Hill and Janet Hill. He and his father were Rookies of the Year in their respective sports. Hill in the NBA in 1995, shared with Jason Kidd, and his father in the NFL with the Dallas Cowboys in 1969. While playing college basketball at Duke, he was the 1994 ACC Player of the Year, a 2-time NCAA All-American, and a 2-time NCAA champion. As a professional, he was the 1995 NBA Co-Rookie of the Year, and was a 7-time NBA All-Star, 5-time All-NBA selection, and 3-time winner of the NBA's Sportsmanship Award. Throughout his college career and early in his years with the Detroit Pistons, Hill was widely considered to be one of the best all-around players in the game, often leading his team in points, rebounds and assists. Touted as one of the best players in Duke history, many went as far as to say that he was one of the greatest collegiate basketball players in his era. After his first 6 seasons with the Pistons, in which he averaged 21.6 points, 7.9 rebounds, and 6.3 assists, his next 12 seasons were mostly injury-plagued, as he averaged just 13.1 points, 4.7 rebounds, and 2.6 assists per game. On June 1, 2013, after 19 years in the league, Hill announced his retirement from the NBA. Hill and Tony Ressler officially purchased the Atlanta Hawks on June 24, 2015 for an estimated $730 million–$850 million. College. When the time came to choose a college, Hill's mother told the Fox Sports documentary Beyond the Glory that she wanted him to attend Georgetown, while his father preferred the University of North Carolina. Hill decided to attend Duke University, playing 4 years with the Blue Devils, winning national titles in 1991 and 1992. Duke became the first Division I program to win consecutive titles since UCLA in 1973. Despite losing 2 of the biggest contributors on the Blue Devils, Christian Laettner, in 1992, and Bobby Hurley, who both went on to play in the NBA with Hill and Laettner later becoming teammates on the Detroit Pistons, Hill led Duke to the championship game once again in 1994, but lost to Arkansas Razorbacks. Hill won the Henry Eba Corinthian Award as the nation's top defensive player in 1993, and in 1994 he was the ACC Player of the Year. During his collegiate career, Hill became the first player in ACC history to collect more than 1,900 points, 700 rebounds, 400 assists, 200 steals and 100 blocked shots. As a result of his successful college career, he became the 8th player in Duke history to have his jersey number, 33, retired. After his freshman season at Duke, Hill played on the bronze medal-winning U.S. team at the 1991 Pan American Games, held in Havana, Cuba. Hill also is widely known for his role in a desperation play in an NCAA tournament regional final against Kentucky in 1992, which is considered by many to be one of the greatest college basketball games of all time. With Duke down 103-102 in overtime and 2.1 seconds remaining after Kentucky's Sean Woods hit a floater, an unguarded Hill heaved the inbounds pass 75 feet across the court into the hands of Laettner, who dribbled once and spun before pulling up to make the game-winning jumper from just outside the free-throw line as time expired. NBA career and Team USA, 1994–2013, Detroit Pistons, 1994–2000. Grant Hill was drafted by the Detroit Pistons with the 3rd pick in the NBA draft after graduating from Duke in 1994. In his first season, he averaged 19.9 points, 6.4 rebounds, 5.0 assists and 1.77 steals per game, and became the first Pistons rookie since Isaiah Thomas in 1981-82 to score 1,000 points. Hill ended up sharing NBA Rookie of the Year award honors with Jason Kidd of the Dallas Mavericks, becoming the first Piston since Dave Bing in 1966-67 to win the award. Hill also won the Sporting News Rookie of the Year award. He was named to the All-NBA First Team in 1997, and All-NBA Second Teams in 1996, 1998, 1999 and 2000. Hill also regularly played in the NBA All-Star Game, where he made history by being the first rookie to lead an NBA All-Star fan balloting in 1994-95, with 1,289,585 votes, narrowly defeating Shaquille O'Neal. In addition, he became the first rookie in any of the 4 major professional sports leagues to lead All-Star fan voting. In his second season, 1995-96, he once again led the All-Star fan balloting, this time edging Michael Jordan, Jordan's first All-Star game after returning since retiring in 1993. During the 1995-96 season, Hill showcased his all-round abilities by leading the NBA in triple-doubles, 10. He also won a gold medal at the 1996 Summer Olympics in Atlanta as a member of the U.S. men's basketball team, where he had the team's 5th highest scoring average, 9.7, and led the team in steals, 18. Indiana, 1996-97 season, Hill averaged 21.4 points, 9.0 rebounds, 7.3 assists and 1.8 steals per game. He became the first player since Larry Bird in 1989-90 to average 20 points, 9 rebounds and 7 assists in a season, an accomplishment that had not been duplicated until Russell Westbrook averaged a triple-double in the 2016-17 NBA season. Once again, Hill led the league in triple-doubles, where his 13 triple-doubles represented 35% of the league's triple-double total that season. He was the league's Player of the Month for January and was also awarded NBA's IBM Award, given to the player with the biggest statistical contributions to his team. He finished 3rd in the MVP voting, behind Karl Malone and Michael Jordan. Much like Scottie Pippen with the Bulls, Hill assumed the role of a point forward in Detroit, running the Pistons' offense. As a result, between the 1995-96 and 1998-99 NBA seasons, Hill was the league leader in assists per game among non-guards all 4 seasons. In the lockout-shortened 1999 season, as he led his team in points, rebounds and assists for the 3rd time, Hill joined Wilt Chamberlain and Elgin Baylor as the only players in NBA history to lead their teams in scoring, rebounding and assists more than once. Hill and Chamberlain are the only 2 players in league history to lead their teams in points, rebounds and assists per game 3 times. Hill was selected to play in the 1998 FIBA World Championship, but in the end no NBA players played in this tournament due to the lockout. In 1999-2000 season, Hill averaged 25.8 points while shooting 49% from the field, the season's 3rd highest scoring average, behind MVP Shaquille O'Neal and Allen Iverson. He averaged 6.6 rebounds and 5.2 assists per game. However, despite Hill's individual accomplishments in Detroit, the Pistons never made it far in the playoffs, either losing in the first round, 1996, 1997 and 1999, or missing the playoffs entirely in the 1994-95 and 1997-98 seasons. The 2000 playoffs would be no different. On April 15, 2000, 7 days before the start of the playoffs, Hill sprained his left ankle in a game against the Philadelphia 76ers. He continued to play until the first-round playoff series against the Miami Heat, in which his injured ankle got worse and Hill was forced to leave halfway through Game 2. Eventually, the Heat swept the Pistons 3-0. Hill was initially selected for the 2000 Olympics U.S. team, but could not play due to his ankle injury, which would prove to be a major liability for many years to come. After the first 6 seasons of his career, before his ankle injury, Hill had a total of 9,393 points, 3,417 rebounds and 2,720 assists. Oscar Robertson, Bird, and LeBron James are the only 3 players in league history to eclipse these numbers after their first 6 seasons. Orlando Magic, 2000-2007, as an unrestricted free agent, Hill had planned to sign with the Orlando Magic. On August 3, 2000, however, A sign-and-trade deal allowed Hill to receive a slightly more lucrative contract while Detroit received at least some compensation for losing him. The Pistons traded Hill to Orlando for Chucky Atkins and Ben Wallace. The Magic hoped he would team up with budding superstar, TRACY MCGRADY, who had been signed away from the Toronto Raptors at that time, to return Orlando among the NBA elite. But Hill was hampered by ankle injuries ever since his arrival in Orlando, playing in only 4 games in his first season with the Magic, 14 games in his second and 29 in his third. He was forced to sit out his entire fourth year with Orlando, 2003-04. Meanwhile, the Pistons, who had defeated the Magic in the 2003 playoffs, but ended up losing to the New Jersey Nets in the Eastern Conference Finals, won the championship the following year in 2004. In March 2003, Hill underwent a major surgical procedure in which doctors refractured his ankle and realigned it with his leg bone. 5 days after the surgery was performed, Hill developed a 104.5 degrees Fahrenheit, 40.3 degrees Celsius, fever and convulsions, and was rushed to a hospital. Doctors removed the splint around his ankle and discovered that Hill had contracted a potentially fatal methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus, MRSA, infection. He was hospitalized for a week and had to take intravenous antibiotics for 6 months. The 2004 May season saw a return to the old Grant Hill, who was so popular earlier in his career. Hill, though hampered by a bruised left shin that caused him to miss several games, started and played 67 games for the Magic, well over the combined amount of games he played for the Magic the previous 4 seasons. He was named the Eastern Conference Player of the Week for the week between November 15 to 21, 2004. Over the season, Hill averaged 19.7 points per game on a .509 field goal percentage. Fans voted him an All-Star starter again, and he led the Eastern Conference All-Star team to a victory over the West. In addition, at the conclusion of the season, Hill was awarded the Joe Dumars Trophy presented to the NBA's Sportsmanship Award winner. During the 2005 June season, Hill was once again injured frequently as nagging groin injuries kept him sidelined for much of the first half of the season, limiting him to 21 games. He got a sports hernia that was caused by an uneven pressure on Hill's feet while he was running, due to concerns that he could re-aggravate the injury on his left ankle if it got too much pressure. Hill underwent surgery for the hernia and stated that he would consider retirement if he had to get another surgery. In the 2006 July season, Hill returned from injuries despite numerous rumors surrounding his retirement. Hill received ankle rotation therapy from specialists in Vancouver, British Columbia during the off-season and stated that he had regained much motion in his left ankle. Hill returned to the Magic lineup, starting at the shooting guard position. Despite having problems with injuries to his left knee and a tendon in his left ankle, Hill managed to play 65 games, too short of the highest number of games he played over a single season as a member of the Magic. He finished the season with averages of 14.4 points, 3.6 rebounds and 2.1 assists per game. The season would see Hill return to the playoffs for the first time since 2000, his first playoff appearance with the Magic. The 8th seed Magic would meet Hill's old team, the Detroit Pistons, in the first round. The Pistons' vast playoff experience would prevail over the inexperienced Magic, who had not seen significant postseason action for some years, and despite having some close games, the series would end with a 4-0 Pistons sweep, leaving Hill undecided on whether to return for the 2007 August season with the Magic, sign with another team, or retire. Phoenix Suns, 2007-2012. Hill became an unrestricted free agent on July 1, 2007. On July 5, Hill's agent, Lon Babby, said Hill intended to sign with the Phoenix Suns on July 11, the first day free agents can officially sign contracts. Hill earned $1.83 million for 2007-08 with a $1.97 million player option for the next year. Hill was named captain along with Steve Nash. Hill was given permission by Suns Ring of Honor member, Alvin Adams, to wear his familiar number 33 with the Suns. Hill adapted well to the Suns' up-tempo style, averaging double figures in points as a key role player for Phoenix in the early months of the 2007 August season. He played in the team's first 34 games before an emergency appendectomy on January 9, 2008, sidelined him for 2 weeks. Despite being bothered by multiple injuries throughout the season, Hill had his first 70-game season since leaving Detroit, averaging 13.1 ppg, 5.0 rpg and 2.9 apg in the process. Playing for the Phoenix Suns in the 2008-2009 season, Hill appeared in 82 Albanian Lex games for the first time in his career and averaged 12.0 ppg, 4.90 rpg, and 2.3 apg, scoring 27 points and 10 rebounds in the Suns' season finale. On July 10, 2009, the Associated Press reported that Hill decided to re-sign with the Phoenix Suns for a 2-year deal, despite an offer from the New York Knicks for the full mid-level exception and the Boston Celtics offering Hill the biannual exception. The first year of the contract is believed to be worth around $3 million, with the second year at Hill's option. In 2010, the Phoenix Suns advanced to the Western Conference semifinals, marking Hill's first playoff series victory, and making him the first NBA player in history to win his first playoff series after 15 years in the league. Citation needed. After sweeping the San Antonio Spurs 4-0, the Suns then moved to the Western Conference Finals to face the Los Angeles Lakers, but lost in 6 games, 4-2. In 2010, he was chosen as the 10th smartest athlete in sports by Sporting News. On June 8, Hill exercised his option for the 2010 November season. The Suns underwent 2 major roster changes in 2010 November. During the preseason, teammate Amar'e Stoudemire left for New York while Hedo Turkoglu, Josh Childress and Hakeem Abdul joined the Suns. Within a year they also were traded for 3 other players. Hill became one of 7 all-time NBA players to average 13 or more points at 38 years of age or older. On January 15, 2011, Hill passed the 16,000 career points milestone in a win over the Portland Trail Blazers. On December 9, 2011, Hill decided to stay with the Phoenix Suns for 1 year, accepting a $6.5 million contract. By the end of the 2011 December season, Hill had reached 17,000 career points, ending the season 78th on the all-time NBA scoring list, 82nd NBA ABA, 79th in career assists, 83rd, and 66th in career steals, 71st. Los Angeles Clippers, 2012-2013. After his contract with the Suns expired, Hill was pursued by multiple contenders, including the Los Angeles Lakers, Miami Heat, New York Knicks, Portland Trail Blazers, and the Oklahoma City Thunder. On July 18, 2012, Hill signed a contract with the Clippers. Hill suffered a bruised bone in his right knee in the preseason which kept him out for 3 months. He then made his debut with the Clippers on January 12, 2013 against the Orlando Magic. During the 2012-13 season, he played only 29 games, averaging 3.2 ppg and 1.7 rpg and 15.1 mpg. The Clippers finished 56-26, 4th best in the Western Conference, and won the Pacific Division for the first time in franchise history. However, the Clippers fell to the Memphis Grizzlies in a 6-game series in the first round. Retirement, 2013. On June 1, 2013, Hill announced his retirement from professional basketball after 19 seasons in the NBA. 15. Hill would later join NBA TV to become an analyst. Post-NBA career. On June 24, 2015, a deal was approved by the NBA Board of Governors to sell the Atlanta Hawks franchise to a group led by Tony Ressler, which included Hill, for $850 million. Sponsorships and paid endorsements. In the 1990s, one of the soft drink Sprite's longest-running advertising campaigns was Grant Hill Drink Sprite, overlapping its Obey Your Thirst campaign, in which Hill's abilities, and Sprite's importance in giving him his abilities, were humorously exaggerated. Hill was a spokesperson for McDonald's restaurant, watchmaker TAG Heuer and sportswear companies Fila, and later Adidas and Nike. As of 2014, Hill has also appeared in ads for AT&T along with his wife Tamia. In television and film, in 1995, Hill appeared in an episode of the FOX sitcom Living Single. In the episode, Hill, portraying himself, has a whirlwind romance with magazine owner-publisher Khadija James, Queen Latifah. In 1998, he was in an episode of Home Improvement on the show Inside a Show Till Time. Grant Hill is featured in the video of the song Rockstar by Nickelback. Hill presented an award at the 1995 MTV Video Music Awards with talk show host Ricky Lake. The March 13, 2011, airing of the ESPN Films 30-for-30 documentary The Fab Five sparked national outrage, leading up to a series of media exchanges between members of the press and NCAA players in forums such as The New York Times, The Wall Street Journal and The Washington Post. In 2015, Hill was named to the lead announcing team for CBS and Turner Sports' joint coverage of the NCAA men's basketball tournament, alongside March Madness stalwarts Jim Nantz and Bill Raftery. Personal life: in Detroit, Michigan, he was introduced to Canadian singer Tamia by Anita Baker. Hill and Tamia married on July 24, 1999. Their daughter, Myla Grace Hill, was born on January 23, 2002. On August 9, 2007, Tamia gave birth to their second daughter, Leah Rose Hill. In 2003, Hill contracted a life-threatening methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus, MRSA, infection, from which it took him 6 months to recover. He has since become an advocate for the awareness and prevention of MRSA and has appeared in public service announcements for Stop MRSA Now, a non-profit organization. Grant Hill earned his bachelor's degree from Duke University with a double major in history and political science. Charitable activities: Hill had been a vice chairman for the board of directors of the Special Olympic World Summer Games in 1999, which were held in Durham, Raleigh and Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Grant Hill, his mother Janet Hill and grandmother Vivian McDonald established a scholarship at the Dillard University in New Orleans. The scholarship is in memory of Hill's grandfather, who supported this university consistently. Hill was featured on a poster read that supported libraries, literacy, and advocated reading. Hill contributed to the daycare center established by his father, Calvin Hill, in New Haven, Connecticut in 1972, by donating funds. This daycare center was established after Calvin graduated from Yale University, and the goal was helping children and families in the local community. Hill funded an organization in his hometown of Reston, Virginia, that helps needy students of any age pursue education. Other interests: Hill owns a substantial collection of African-American art, centering on the work of Ramar Bearden and Elizabeth Catlett. A selection of 46 works from the collection were featured in a touring exhibition at a number of American museums from 2003 to 2006. The exhibition was last shown at the Nasher Museum of Art at Hill's alma mater, Duke University. Hill has established ties with the Democratic Party. His mother was a college roommate of former U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. On the night Hill was drafted in the NBA, he received a congratulatory phone call from U.S. President Bill Clinton. Hill publicly supported John Kerry's 2004 presidential campaign and Barack Obama's 2008 presidential bid. Clippers. Hill's parents are retired NFL Pro Bowl running back Calvin Hill and Janet Hill. He and his father were Rookies of the Year in their respective sports. Hill in the NBA in 1995, shared with Jason Kidd, and his father in the NFL with the Dallas Cowboys in 1969. While playing college basketball at Duke, he was the 1994 ACC Player of the Year, a two-time NCAA All-American, and a two-time NCAA champion. As a professional, he was the 1995 NBA Co-Rookie of the Year, and was a seven-time NBA All-Star, five-time All-NBA selection, and three-time winner of the NBA Sportsmanship Award. Throughout his college career and early in his years with the Detroit Pistons, Hill was widely considered to be one of the best all-around players in the game, often leading his team in points, rebounds and assists. Touted as one of the best players in Duke history, Many went as far as to say that he was one of the greatest collegiate basketball players in his era. After his first 6 seasons with the Pistons, in which he averaged 21.6 points, 7.9 rebounds, and 6.3 assists, his next 12 seasons were mostly injury-plagued, as he averaged just 13.1 points, 4.7 rebounds, and 2.6 assists per game. On June 1, 2013, after 19 years in the league, Hill announced his retirement from the NBA. Hill and Tony Ressler officially purchased the Atlanta Hawks on June 24, 2015 for an estimated $730 million–$850 million. College. When the time came to choose a college, Hill's mother told the Fox Sports documentary Beyond the Glory that she wanted him to attend Georgetown, while his father preferred. The truth about Grant Hill. Grant Henry Hill, born October 5, 1972, is a retired American basketball player and a sports show host on NBA TV's NBA Inside Stuff. Hill played for 4 teams in his professional career in the National Basketball Association, NBA. The Detroit Pistons, Orlando Magic, Phoenix Suns, and Los Angeles